Hello students, for class 9 today I am going to upload a video of mathematics on the chapter Polynomials. Chapter 2, Polynomials. This is for class 9. Now first let us know what is polynomial. What is polynomial? Polynomial means an expression consisting of many terms. Now what is the expression? What is the actual definition of polynomial? An algebraical expression of the type a0 x to the power n plus a1 x to the power n minus 1 plus a2 x to the power n minus 2 plus plus an x to the power n minus n is called a polynomial. Is called a polynomial. Is called a polynomial. Is called a polynomial. For example, we can write example. Say 2x to the power 6 plus 5x to the power 4 plus 3x cubed plus 2 is a polynomial, because we see that there is this expression is similar or identical to this expression. Now many of you are thinking, sir, 6, then power should be 5, then 4, then 3, then power should be 2, then 1, then constant term. May not be. Some terms may be missing. Now, a polynomial consists of some constant terms with the variables. These are called the coefficient of the variables. Like x is the variable, x to the power 6 has coefficient 2, so this is coefficient, so this is coefficient, 3 is coefficient, 2 is constant term because it has no variable. Clear? Now polynomials are of many types, like monomial. Mono means single. So monomial, a polynomial having only one term. Having only one term. This is called monomial. Now binomial. Now what is binomial? Binomial, bi means two. So a polynomial having exactly two terms is called a binomial having exactly two terms. Two terms is called a binomial. Now for example of monomial, we can write 2x square single term minus 3x to the power 5, only one term it has, like this. Similarly for binomial, we can write 2x square plus 3x, 7x plus 2, and so on. Now trinomial. A polynomial having exactly three terms is called a trinomial. So having exactly three terms is called a trinomial. For example, we can write say x square plus 3x plus 2, 7x cube plus 5x plus 1, like this. These are trinomial. Now we will discuss on some special polynomials. So some special polynomials. Now what are some special polynomials? Number one, constant polynomial. Now constant polynomial, a polynomial with no variable is called a constant polynomial. Such as, so a constant polynomial is what? A polynomial with no variables. No variable is called a constant polynomial. Like, for example, we can say 2 minus 5 or 7, etc. These are constant polynomial. Now this constant polynomial, it means where is the variable? Actually variable has power 0. That is, for 2 we can write 2x to the power 0. That is why a constant polynomial is also called zero polynomial. So it is a zero polynomial. Now let us discuss on degree of a polynomial and as accordingly the classification of the polynomials. Degree of a polynomial means the highest power of the variables of a polynomial is called the degree of the polynomial. For example, if we take this, then we could see the variable is x, and what is the maximum power of the variable? 6. So the degree of the polynomial is 6. Similarly here, the degree of the polynomial is 2. Similarly, degree of the polynomial is 1, like that. So we come to know about degree of the polynomial. While watching and listening the videos, you must write notes from this video on this chapter. Now linear polynomial. We are going to discuss a linear polynomial. Linear polynomial. Now what is a linear polynomial? If degree of a polynomial is 1, it is said to be a linear polynomial. Degree 1. That is, linear polynomial has degree 1. That is, if degree of a polynomial is 1, it is said to be a linear polynomial. Like 2x plus 3, we can write this as 2x to the power 1 plus 3. So what is the degree of the polynomial? 1. So this is linear polynomial. It is said a linear polynomial because it always refers a straight line. That is why this is called a linear polynomial. Next, quadratic polynomial. If degree of a polynomial is 2, then it is called quadratic polynomial. Quadratic polynomial. So what is quadratic polynomial? If degree of a polynomial is 2, it is said to be a quadratic polynomial, like 7x square plus 3. What is the degree? Degree is 2. Therefore this is called quadratic polynomial. 2 minus 3x square. What is the degree? 2. Therefore it is a quadratic polynomial. Now cubic polynomial. Cubic polynomial. Now what is cubic polynomial? If degree of a polynomial is 3, it is said to be a cubic polynomial. For example, x cube plus 1. What is the degree? Degree is 3. So cube power, that is why this is called cubic polynomial. Similarly, we can write x square plus 2x cube plus 3. What is the maximum power of the variable? 3. Therefore, what is the degree of the polynomial? 3. Therefore, it is a cubic polynomial. Clear? Now, degree of a zero polynomial is not defined. Zero polynomial, that is 0, can be written as 0x to the power 0x to the power n. The value of n is not known. Okay, what I have discussed, pay your attention there. But remember one thing, note carefully. Note carefully. Degree of a polynomial cannot be negative or a fraction. Degree of a polynomial cannot be negative or fraction. If it is so, then it cannot be a polynomial. Next, a polynomial is generally written with one variable. You see here all the polynomial, and polynomial is denoted by p for polynomial, x for variable. So suppose we have written p of x is equal to a0 x to the power n plus a1 x to the power n minus 1 plus a2 x to the power n minus 2 plus an means x to the power 0. So this is a polynomial. Everywhere we see that the variable is x. Now suppose you are given a question x to the power 10 plus y cube plus t to the power 50. Is it a polynomial? Is it a polynomial? This is the question. What is the answer? Answer is, the given expression is not a polynomial. Is not a polynomial because the given expression is not in one variable. It has three variables x, y and t. Hence it is not a polynomial in one variable. You need to write the answer. It is not a polynomial. It is not a polynomial in one variable. Now suppose you are given another expression like 3 root t plus t root 2. We can write this as p of t is equal to 3 t to the power half plus t root 2. Now, is this a polynomial? No. This is not a polynomial. The degree or power of the variable should be whole number. What we see, the power of the variable is half, not whole number. Not a whole number. Not a whole number. Therefore, this is not a polynomial. Now, let us discuss on another topic, that is zero of a polynomial. Zeros of a polynomial. Zeros of a polynomial. Now, zeros of a polynomial means, suppose we are writing a variable p of x is equal to x square minus 3x plus 2. Now, if we are trying to find out the value of this polynomial for x is equal to 1 or x is equal to 2. Suppose for x is equal to 1, then x is equal to 2. Let us find out p of 1. That is, in place of x we have written 1. So in place of x in the expression we will write again 1. So 1 square minus 3 into 1 plus 2. That is equal to 1 minus 3 plus 2. That is 3 minus 3. That is equal to 0. And p of 2. 2 square minus 3 into 2 plus 2. That is equal to 4 minus 6 plus 2. That is equal to 6 minus 6. That is equal to 0. So what we get? For x is equal to 1 and 2, the value of the polynomial, that is p of x, becomes equal to 0. So x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 2 are called the zeros of the polynomial. So now we come to know what is zeros of a polynomial. Now what is zeros of a polynomial? The value of the variable x for which the polynomial p of x will be equal to 0 is called the zero of the polynomial. Number of zeros of a polynomial. There is how many zeros can a polynomial have? A polynomial can have zeros as the number of its degree. Let us see what is the degree of the polynomial. 2. Degree is 2. So it should have 2 zeros. Let us test what are the zeros of the polynomial 1 and 2. Because for x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 2, the polynomial becomes 0. So it has 2 zeros, which is equal to the degree of the polynomial. Clear? So we come to know about what is the meaning of zeros of a polynomial. Maximum how many zeros a polynomial can have. Okay. Next, we are going to discuss on the method to find out the degree of the polynomial and the zeros of the polynomial. How to find out the zeros of the polynomial? Zeros of the polynomial can be determined by factorization method. So what are the different methods of factorization of polynomial? We will learn. But before that, I think we are in a position to answer few questions according to our discussion. I am giving you some questions as worksheet. Every student must try to solve that one. okay, for today.